This is episode number 355 of the InnerFight podcast, Fitness in Under 3 Minutes, brought to you by Smith Street Paleo. This week, in this show, we are talking volume or intensity. Andre, what comes first?
This is a massive topic.
Yep.
First up, intensity. Greg Glassman once put out a quote called, "Be impressed with intensity and not volume."
Right.
This is kind of something we've heard before with less is more.
Yep.
But I think that nobody sort of believes.
But mate, let's just preface this a little bit, because what do we want to see before we create intensity? Because when you say intensity to me, I'm like, let's go all in, let's do loads of pull-ups, let's rip that bar from the floor, let's just go crazy. What is the caution here? What should we be thinking about first?
It really depends on which sport you're in.
Right.
Like, what kind of sport are we talking about? In general, you can say that, intensity will beat up your body very hard, and
right.
So will volume, and a mix of those can be dangerous.
Yeah.
So you want to be really cautious with how much intensity you're putting in.
Yep.
Depending on the volume. If it's a short workout, obviously it won't beat you up as much as if it was 3 short workouts in one go.
Right.
So you want to be cautious with the amount of volume you put with the intensity.
Very sport specific, like you said, but if you take someone, we've spoken in previous shows about someone like Roger Federer, he needs to be playing at a super high intensity, but it's a very short period of time. Unless a game goes for, or a point goes for a long time, then he gets a rest and then he's been able to reboot. So it's really about being able to perform at that high intensity within your given sport. So when we transfer this over, what in our sport, in fitness, in CrossFit, and what we're teaching here, functional strength and conditioning here at InnerFight, what do we really need people to be focusing on, and how do they break down this volume versus intensity?
I think people need to be focused on the intensity.
Yep.
And if they want to add more training or more time in a gym, they should be focused on practice.
Right.
Practice is low intensity, low volume. It's going over some skills that you might lack in, such as double unders or gymnastic movements that are all pretty easy and low impact.
Not beating up the body, so we're not trying to create that high intensity the whole time.
No.
Right.
So if you want to do a finisher after the class, please don't stay after you've been doing Fran and do 30 intervals on the bike. Instead, spend some time on some areas where you can need some work.
Definitely, mate. And one of the things as well where I think people lose that intensity is when we choose the wrong loading for a particular workout. So if you take something like Fran, 42 kilos, if you can't do that workout under 5 minutes, then maybe bring it down so you can still create that intensity.
Yeah.
That is Fitness in Under 3 Minutes, volume versus intensity. Have a think about what you're doing in your training.